It took the genius of Harry Kane and a substitution of Thomas Tuchel to be able to secure a win for the English national team. Many easy for the English national team. I think this game, are highlighting some of the problems the English national team now, already they need to solve in the latter stages of the competition. Because against Mexico, they'll be encountering the same problems, and people are beginning to recognize the weakness of the English national team. Welcome to Mr. Manfo Sports. I say you didn't come up for any major football stories. So my catch will say, Brasse. What you need to know, Biano, you be cheche match come on now. Wait me at here. Now, England, any DR Congo game, you didn't come up a home. You didn't come up for the weaknesses of DR Congo team, no. They see here. And now, England, they see here, kakra. You didn't come up before, no. At minute 30, Thomas Tuchel, now, ni bofu, papa. It seems to say the players were not able to execute the plan and all person, you know. And then they both were touching but I was what I say I was there before because just imagine say England if we move at a round of 32 just imagine then can they because so London honum because already Thomas Tuchel on the ground I'm not voting attempt that say England performance no form one for some key players be anko or the more come perform very well now they don't have for man corner and say maybe so just imagine say go film with say kene denka media never bash na ama na juma ni na be there ebe bono so it was very necessary for him to secure this win and proceed to the next stage of the competition. And I think that's the necessity right now. Anything concerning tactical approach, mistakes or any day, I think so. The team the staff then they'll visit their touch screen on the drawing board and also find ways and means to solve situations. But these are some of the situations also England as a club and as a national team, also almost solve it. People are beginning to find out that the major weakness of England, I said, when they are playing against you in a low block shape, almost struggle. Teams in a low block shape, England struggle, almost struggle. I think Carlos Queiroz against England. I mean, we say England at the end of the day, there was nothing like creativity in their midfield. You see, one major thing England World Cup Romania pano. I say their midfield profiles, almost in there. That's one thing I need to bring in. So the number 6, that's the deep areas now. Elliot Anderson, Apple says similar thing. Declan Rice, all round midfielder or for control kakra. Or a dirty west kakra. Or should he defense kakra. So what the American say? And to that profile be. And I also call Declan Rice also that all round. Jude Bellingham so that all round profile be. So you need one specific profile which make us say no. This guy was standing out in terms of creativity, in terms of control. Say into profiling problems in England national team in terms of our midfield, That's one thing I need to bring in here. I don't know how to bring and ball games England intimate the necessary control mope because they lack a controller in their midfield. And apart from they having a controller, Declan Rice now saying or connecting the defense to the attack, in terms of distribution, Declan Rice and that top midfielder in terms of distribution. And the problem that side, and at Arsenal, I think Mikel Arteta and say in terms of distribution, Declan Rice problem and not to talk for Martin Ibanez Zubimendi because Zubimendi and so at Real distribution it was very, very good. And the Zubimendi will do the distribution. Declan Rice will act as the box-to-boxer, obey a lot of tackles, and also progress the ball forward. Now, Martin Odegaard or Iberiche Eze will act as a number 10. And now, Ateta Hunya, But at England, I don't know why that mistake now, Gary Southgate, Thomas Tuchel is repeating the same mistake. And one thing is also I had the English national team back when it comes to the final third, they don't have players they'll be able to occupy something we call the half space. You see, half space is not that the house is here, Players when it comes to invading half spaces, very good. What Kopama will give you in the right half space, and what Phil Foden can give you in both the left and the right half space. When it comes to the half space invasion, there is no player with me that Maybe the closest person to my side is Anthony Gordon. But Tuchel is using him in a system. He has to stretch opponent wide. Which Anthony Gordon are there on him gidi. It's also problem and the profiling in terms of attack and also no. England is not having to be opposite threat in one-on-one situations. Anthony Gordon Emma same thing. Marcus Rashford Edmund same thing. Bukayo Saka nani madueke problem hono. Maybe Eberechi Eze the bit my but Eberechi Eze is more seen as a central midfielder or as a number 10 or as an attacking midfielder more than being as a winger. And the England were problems baby also almost solve in the latter part of the competition. That's about affect you because they are going to meet a Mexican team. This Mexican team, no, they will also see deep. They are physically oriented. Javier Aguirre team now are building. No, they are physically oriented. You can watch their game against Ecuador, then you see how they are physically oriented. Because you know, say Ecuador team, no, almost they are physically oriented, but to be able to play against the Mexican team and lose there, you know their combativeness are also in that game. So England is going to meet a low block and a physical side of Mexico, and to be pure also on how they will approach the game. So Thomas Tuchel should find the right balance. Introduce profiles. I don't think England there is a profile like an attacking midfielder created for 3 chances here. Because Morgan Rogers can't give you something like that. He's closer to the profile of Jude Bellingham than being the profile of someone like Danny Olmo. It's the problem for England, you know. So these were the things that are not a help. But DRC for no as a whole, no. I think at some point, you know, a loss of concentration and I'm way in the next year. But you could see, after the second goal, you know, there were a lot of communication and echoes between keeper and the defender. No, you could see no some miscommunication in the AC. So it wasn't meant to be for the Zayes, but in as much as BB echoes were meant to be a game, you know. Congratulations to them. They came to redeem their image after history in the past in the World Cup. Lose to Yugoslavia 9-0. Yes, Zaire one day. Their fast forward, they came back 2026 to do it again to redeem their image. So redemption value, Jumano and Omababa. Yes, and then of course some major stories be so. There are some stories be now. Liverpool coach, that's Andoni Iraola. Per reports, you know, you see the #1 striker next season, Alexander Isak. And maybe someone say no. So if you are going to use Alexander Isak there, then it means the secondary role will be given to Hugo Ekitike. And do you think Hugo Ekitike is going to accept this? That's maybe a problem. No, do you think Ekitike is going to accept the role, that secondary role? But Onim say, Obi Onimi be him say, me manager your friend say Andoni Iraola di. Those things are not right Valecano. Very tactically sound. And to Babefa Liverpool team we know. I think so on play the card here because this is the first big job at Obaba. So the communication should be there. So if you are choosing Isak as your #1, then there should be a proper communication between Isak and Abrantia. Your friend is saying Hugo Ekitike. Say yeah, and to Kobe and as a bad blood be Ember team because the moment there is loss of dressing room, it means that there is going to be a problem for manager, your friend Andoni Iraola. And also Ismail Saibari. Yes, Saibari, Ismail Saibari of Bayern Munich. PSV, sorry. Finally, we're joining Bayern Munich. Everyone's a Bayern Munich player right now. He's a Bayern Munich player right now. And then he was seen in a Bayern Munich shirt. Yes, officially, Bayern Munich Alanji Ismail Saibari as their new player. I think the whole launch, you know, is the US one, which are buying officials, ne fly ko US one, and on command just nation and say, launching no come. So buying actor alternative striker to Hurricane because as in a long season there, you can't rely on Hurricane in every game. Because last season, the only player not a substitute to Hurricane was Nicolas Jackson. So if Nico is going and also meant to me, Nico alone deal the one Juma into permanent. Now or more substitute to Hurricane yeah Saibari will make a lot of sense considering the fact that or giving out a good performance in the World Cup. And Saibari will be a good option for Bayern Munich. And DFB Pokal, no, sometimes Champions League games on some resty Hurricane, no, and a league games on resty Hurricane and couple Champions League, no, Saibari can play. And even in the Champions League, no, having the quality of Ismail Saibari, I will feel bench and shows to say you are a serious club. And I feel so with my baby is a gamer in my head in the amount. Now, you see Liam Rosinia are joining Paris FC. Liam Rosinia. Albert, Chelsea Jumani upon Zama Juma Pao. Liam Rosinia, a promising coach, no, Strasbourg. Strasbourg, there, Unim say Chelsea for no, Omo Alice, no, yes, co-ownership in it, no, yes, no, Strasbourg. After say Enzo Maresca, a year Cobra Jumano, and a Jumane better for Abrantia, the friend is Liam Rosinia. Obefe Jumano, and call as planned. I think say, or be have a loose talia Chelsea history no who be a chair into also call. Chelsea Paris FC for no after say on Mambe Kochi team no. So or joining the direct rivals of and the city rivals of PSG. So you be Paris derby between Paris FC. Liam Rosinia Jina say tactician now. Louis Enrique is on one side. Yes, near who they will beat me out waiting and I say one beating the young go tactically. A very interesting thing. Yes, Anna. The last thing is FC Barcelona. And come on, question say after say one Laporta be making comments, you know, everyone was expecting say no be Atletico Madrid for no mo say Barcelona for no cry no or moment for a bid by one Laporta ababedin come. So they were expecting Atletico Madrid to respond shortly. Atletico Madrid for no reports actually said they are not going to respond, but their position is clear. Julian Alvarez is not for sale, and they are proceeding to report Barcelona to FIFA. So many player heading come out behind the scenes without the club permission. So if Barca air Julian Alvarez and I say community didn't come out, it's the air no concerning Barcelona, Julian Alvarez and Atletico Madrid. See about didn't come out say this deal and Casadi made a deal of the summer. Deal no a move stretch pa a move stretch you a best stretch pa. But in the end now Barcelona so at the end of the day so we make it do the possible. I am Mr. Malfo Sports. What you want to know, Biano, I'm going to give it to you. The episode who about your favorite team, my Barcelona fans and so update you want to know about Barcelona, Biano, I'm out.